My name is Stephan Taylor, and I'm a professor of psychiatry at the University of Michigan Department of Psychiatry and the Depression Center. As a clinician and treating people with depression, treating people with bipolar disorder, I'm motivated to try to better understand and better treat these terrible illnesses. On the other hand, as a brain scientist and someone who's interested in trying to understand how the brain works, there is an opportunity, both from an intellectual point of view, to try to figure out what's going on with the brain of someone who's depressed or someone who's manic, that informs us about how normal brain function works. The work that I do covers a number of different areas, but probably the one major area is using technologies like brain imaging to understand brain function, to try to understand how these large circuits of the brain are working that we can take pictures of with things like MRI scanners or PET scanners. And then in trying to understand, again, these networks, we try to understand how they don't work in depression and bipolar disorder. We use that information then to help inform the treatments that we can do by actually stimulating parts of the brain. And stimulation can occur either by taking a powerful magnet and applying that to the surface of the skull, and that can change brain function. It's called transcranial magnetic stimulation. The other things that we can do are more cutting edge and actually in the early research stages, and that involves actually taking electrodes and planting them in the brain and using, based on our knowledge of how or where brain circuits aren't working in depression, trying to stimulate and correct the function of brain circuits that aren't working like they should. And there are other variations of these brain stimulation or neuromodulation techniques. For example, one of the oldest technologies that we use in treating people is called electroconvulsive therapy. And that's a treatment that goes way back to the 30s. It's been refined and improved over the years, so now it's very safe and much different than even 40 or 50 years ago. But that uses electricity to change the brain and also to treat people with severe depression. The Depression Center was the first organization that was really dedicated to understanding, teaching, and researching and treating people with depression. So it's important for me to be a part of that because it's very exciting to be a part of this organization that really is on the cutting edge of developing psychiatry. It's on also now the Depression Center has been the lead center in a national network of depression centers. So we are now working not just as one group at one center in Michigan, but as a part of other centers around, and that's been very helpful for sharing information about depression, about treatment, pooling our resources together in research, and also pooling the information we have about disseminating information about depression, how people can become better aware of depression, and how people can be better aware of the need and the importance of getting treatment for depressions. The Depression Center is located in the Department of Psychiatry, and we have access to clinicians who can use a variety of different tools and techniques to treat depression, from medication, neurostimulation such as ECT and TMS, psychotherapy, group therapy, a whole range of interventions that are critical to really the comprehensive treatment of depression.